Welcome back to The Magician.
And welcome back to The Magician's Live. Starring...
I'm here with Rick Worthy.
Are we rolling?
Huh?
Are we rolling?
I don't know.
Oh.
In this episode, we're getting to follow characters that we didn't see during the events of the 2 previous episodes. So we're seeing right now what was going on with Zelda, and then what was happening with Fen in Fillory, and then what's going on with Kady and the Hedge Witches. Following those 3 storylines, we're getting to see how the actions of those 3 played into all the events that we've seen on screen in a big way that we didn't previously realize.
And action.
If I don't find her before they find out.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Everything comes down on Zelda, and she's so desperate for help. She goes around the entire episode just asking people to help her. And I feel like when she comes to Dean Fogg, like, I ask you, and you're kind of like, you're on your own.
I love that scene. It was a short scene, if I can recall it, but it was really hard hitting.
It was.
Yeah, and I had to sort of remind myself I'm playing to a character and not you personally, because Fogg was pretty tough on her.
I'm trusting you.
What you mean is that you trust that I won't report this.
And it's kind of cold.
It was harsh.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Because she's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And we don't really see Zelda vulnerable that much. She's strong, and she knows the rules, and she follows the rules, and everyone else should follow the rules. But in this situation, it's where we see her soft spot.
Harriet?
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
And let's check playback.
Oh!
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
We haven't really seen this side of Gavin yet, which shows that he actually cares and feels bad about what happened with Harriet in the mirror.
Characters that you think were a certain way are starting to own themselves, own their humanity, as in Gavin's case, he's starting to own his humanity. So it's going to be very suspenseful, but exciting to see it out and then see what the result of everything that happens in this episode will be, because I think it'll be huge.
Rolling. And action.
It's such a wonderful thing to get to work with MARLEE. To get to perform in a different language. I love that part of acting. I love having to learn new skills, and it sort of went so well with Zelda, who she is already, with sort of how she carries herself.
When Harriet's mother sees Harriet for the first time, she's pretty shocked. She really cares so much and very apologetic for what's happened. She thinks she's getting through to me, but she's actually not really.
No, please, Jerry.
Magicians develop mirror bridges to avoid having to go through the actual mirror world itself because it's twisted and crazy and dangerous. So, of course, we're going there. Our art department and our director, Sally, have created this incredible look for this very dead, creepy, ethereal feeling world that is the mirror realm version of our library that we know.
I was gonna say total mind
I am the Baba Yaga, and your rent is due.
The Baba Yaga, wow, yeah. The girl who played the Baba Yaga was incredible because she had to go back and forth between like being this demonic creature to just being this sort of bubbly valley girl, and I was just like, oh my God, it was so much fun. I had such a great day.
Sorry about the Baba Yaga, she can be a little ooh.
It sort of set Kady on this sort of path of having to figure out some other things in regards to hedges, and then Pete comes back into play because of that as well.
Good old Pete.
Good old Pete. Pete sort of becomes Kady's right-hand man, so it was really fun to have that come into play.
She saved my life. I trust her and I vouch for her.
Hedgism, we'll call it.
Hedgism. Ooh, I like that.
We just made up a term.
It's like Buddhism.
What happens when they decide we're a threat?
Well, I think Kady's really discovering the importance for her. Her experience of hedges in the past were something negative, and so I think it's her viewpoint is sort of being reframed in this scenario. While realizing who she is, she's realizing the importance of that in her life, but also she sees these people who are sort of treated as underdogs and feels the need to fight for them.
It's our story.
I liked getting to give moments of leadership for Kady as she's kind of stepping up and taking the foreground with the hedges. And there's also kind of a whimsical bit of it with Fen, where she's having these dreams that are like foretelling the future.
I saw a woman in a green hood. She has to be the one giving me premonitions.
When Fen starts having these dreams, I think she thinks she might be actually getting magic. Like, she's this girl that grew up in this magical world. They can't do magic, and then these children of Earth come on, and they can all do magic, and I feel like there is a moment of empowerment for her where she feels like she can actually do magic herself because she's being prophetic. She's almost a psychic of sorts.
And getting to give her sort of her hero's moment, and then she kind of like stumbles over the speech in a really fun way.
I know that the answers to our questions, lay there. I'm not usually the one who gives the big speech.
It's great to see a character that, you know, we're giving her her moment to shine at the same time as we're staying true to the fact that she's very much this person who isn't used to being the one at the front.
I'm going, so that's happening.
It's really kind of an episode that underscores how much of an ensemble show this is and how many important players we have.